Well, it is time to say goodbye. For the past few months, Olive and I have been staying in a small town in Kansas while we celebrate 1 year of living full-time on the road in our van, Maggie. Being stationary for a while has been a welcomed change for sure. It's given us an opportunity to recuperate a little from the fatigue that full-time travel can sometimes bring. It's allowed us to make new friends and develop a sense of community for the first time, really, since we left Florida. And we finally got some much-needed repairs done to the van, and she's running better than ever. So now, it's time to go. It's getting toasty, and I think we're both excited for a change of scenery again. Something a little more secluded and a little less hot. But this town has been home for us for longer than any other place we've traveled in the van, and it definitely holds a special place in my heart. So, on our last day in Sedgwick, I finished up some chores, baked some cookies as parting gifts to the friends we were leaving behind, and enjoyed its beauty one last time before packing up and preparing for an incredibly long drive to somewhere very different. Well, you guys, it is 9 o'clock at night. Olive and I just got to a Sinclair as our stopping point for today. I think safe estimate, we probably did at least 7 hours of driving today, and that is not including the stops we made for food and gas. So it has been a very long day. I think this is the most driving I've done in one day in a really long time, probably at least the last 7 or 8 months. I haven't driven this much. And you guys are probably also thinking, if you've seen my previous videos, I always mention a general rule of safety I follow for me and Olive if we are staying at a spot we've never been to before, is to get there before sundown. And that's usually just because I think places are easier to assess and feel out during the day, but also in terms of driving safety, if we were to have van issues or break down somewhere, I think dealing with that is safer and easier in the daylight. So I did break my rule, but truthfully, I just wanted to get as much driving out of the way today as possible so that we don't have as much to do tomorrow, and hopefully we can actually get to our spot with enough time to enjoy it. So I think Olive and I are just gonna settle in here and get a good night's sleep, and we will check in with you guys in the morning. Good morning, you guys. Olive and I had a nice, quiet, peaceful night here last night, which is about all I can ever ask for from a truck stop stay. It is quite gloomy this morning, but I think the sun is supposed to come out a little later today, and we do still have a little bit of driving to do before we get to our new spot. So I'm gonna spare you guys the driving footage. I think we probably had enough of that from yesterday. But yeah, I'm just gonna knock out the rest of this drive and then hopefully check in with you guys once there is something worth showing you. Well, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This is a beautiful fishing spot, and I do not know how to fish. I've never really been fishing before in my life. That's not true. I fish all the time in Animal Crossing, and I'm very good at it, but that is a video game, and I don't think it's gonna help me out much here. I would like to learn how to fish in real life, and so I bought this telescoping fishing rod. I thought it would be nice to have something that telescopes just because it makes it easier to keep in the van with me. And I don't really know much about fishing rods, but this seemed like a decent one for beginners. If someone's gonna tell me this is not a good rod for me to have, I really don't think it matters with my skill set. We're starting from zero. So I have this, and I also picked up this tackle box, which I'm fairly sure is meant for children, but it was the cutest one they had, so it's obviously the one I chose. And I have filled it with various things that I do not know how to use yet, including different lures and hooks, and, bobbles, and these guys, which I picked out myself because I thought they were really pretty and interesting, and they lured me in, so hopefully they will eventually catch me something. But that is not the goal for today. Today, I would like to just get my rod set up properly and maybe practice my casting a little bit. So we will see how that goes. Wish me luck. I'm gonna have to actually look up a YouTube video of how to set up a fishing rod.
Set this up, so you need to put the two pieces together first of all. So make sure you do that. Now, I've got another rod here. Now this here with the line. So now you've got the line towards the end of to wind this on. If you don't do that, you won't be winding it on. And then I'll need a bit of a leader line, so I'll grab them out.
It's going too fast. Okay. All right, we're getting somewhere.
And then grab my swivel, and to tie a knot, you just need to put the line through there.
I don't know if this is right, but this is what we're gonna work with now, and I will fix these things later once I look it up properly. But I have my line through my pole, and then I have a weight, and then a swivel, and then a hook, and then my lure at the end. Again, I don't know if any of this is right, but we're just practicing casting today. It's nothing serious. Okay, I already noticed something I need to change. So this is meant to reel in lefty, and I need to be able to reel it in with my right hand, I think. So I'm pretty sure, can I just flip it? Yeah. Now we're cooking with gas, you guys. We're such problem solvers. Okay, we'll see how this goes. That was bad. I don't think I've quite figured out how much line I need to leave between the top and where the lure is to get the best throw, but we'll figure it out. Let's just see what happens. I don't know what I did, but I made a tangled mess. Now I have to fix it. Well, I'm sure you guys will be absolutely shocked to learn that I did not catch any fish today. I know. I can't believe it either. In all seriousness, I have no idea what any of that footage is going to look like, and it's highly probable that I look very silly, and that's okay because I don't know what I'm doing, so no making fun of me. But if you guys have any tips or tricks, I would greatly appreciate them because I would like to get better. But that is all I have for you guys this week. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And thank you in advance if you leave us a like or a comment down below. I always love reading your sweet comments. As always, Olive and I hope you have a lovely week, and we will see you in the next video.